Everybody. A very unexpected and abrupt sudden attempt at going YouTube live here for just a moment. I was out in the garden and just checking on some things when I started seeing butterflies again. And I haven't seen any in a bit, so this is really cool. I've counted so far 3 that I've kind of been stalking for the last hour or so. And the good news about that time frame is that I have been out here in the thick of the garden for that same length of time without getting chased out by any wasps. There have been a couple that have flown by, but they're not really coming after me. And they don't seem so prevalent. So these butterflies, of which there is one still here very present, have been able to have time to get some nectar and I think even lay some eggs. So here's hoping that the caterpillars will come back soon and hopefully be safe. As you can see, this whole big batch of the green right here is just one section of my milkweed. And usually by now, there would be so many caterpillars that this milkweed would have no green left. And in fact, for the very first time, I have this, which this is not something that my milkweed has ever lasted to do. These are the pods that break open, and all of those white things are attached to seeds. So they kind of float off and hopefully reseed. And we do have the whole milkweed ecosystem active here with aphids and all sorts of fun stuff. So it's very active and healthy milkweed. The only problem that we're having is the wasps. So hopefully these and see, there's still the one over here and then one right here in front of me. So we still have 2 floating around. And like I said, they've been here for about an hour and a half now. And they have not been chased out by wasps. I have not been chased out by wasps. And I have actually seen these butterflies laying eggs on top of just getting nectar. So crossing my fingers real big that we're going to have caterpillars soon that hopefully survive. And I have this one over here. Hello, pretty. So this is another little section of the milkweed. Like I said, I've got a ton of it. My milkweed has never grown this tall or this full because usually by now there's so many caterpillars eating it up that there's nothing left but stalks. This is another section of the milkweed, again, very green. There are some little pieces on here that are kind of dead. Those are the pods that already released their seeds. But it's very green, healthy milkweed. And you also know it's healthy when a butterfly will stop to lay eggs on it because they kind of inspect it. And we've surrounded our milkweed by other flowers, trying to kind of insulate that little milkweed forest in there for them. I'm going to try to do an egg check later tonight. I actually had a butterfly here yesterday too for a little bit. So between these 3 that have been fluttering around today and the one that was here yesterday, I think there's probably going to be some eggs. I've been toying with the idea of setting up a butterfly enclosure. Like I said, I try to stay kind of no interference and hands off, but with all the eggs and caterpillars that I've lost this season due to wasps, I'm kind of thinking maybe hands off is not the way I'm going to go completely anymore. Hello, pretty. But yeah, so very excited to see all this activity out here and low wasp activity. I had to share that. And coincidentally, tomorrow I'm going somewhere. It's a new place in Central Florida. I think it's Enterprise, which I'm not totally familiar with, outside of Deltona, if you're familiar. It's a place called Eden of Wings. And I just discovered it this week. I think it just recently opened. It's a nursery that specializes in butterfly gardening. And they've got tons of different kinds of milkweed. They've got 30 different species of butterflies that they actually, kind of house there. I mean, of course, they're wild, so they can come and go. But they've got host plants for 30 different species, a lot of nectar plants, and it's kind of an attraction and a nursery. Free admission, And they're building a butterfly sanctuary there that is a huge building. On their website, you can actually see some kind of previews of it, but they're not opening it until next year. That part anyway. The rest of the nursery and other little butterfly trails are open now. So I'm going there tomorrow to check that out. Probably come back with some more plants for these guys. But yeah, very exciting day here in the garden with all of these butterflies. And what's really cool, these little seed pod things are floating off too. In fact, let me grab them. So yeah, these here, if I can get it in focus, are the milkweed seeds, and they attach to this. And then they kind of flutter off and hopefully replant. So as I've been standing out here today, I've also seen these blowing around like crazy. Goodness knows where they'll end up. But very, very cool stuff. Oh, hey, Linda. Thank you so much. Just a heads up, it's kind of tough for me to see some of the comments coming in where I am in the sun. It makes my screen a little unreadable. So I might have to go back and see them later. I'm just seeing little bits and pieces. I also don't have my glasses on, which is not helping. So, but yeah, trying to track the little butterflies just to share in some of this very, very exciting stuff here. Woo. And they were swirling around each other a little while ago too, so I don't know. I mean, they didn't seem to be fighting. I believe they're both female, but I haven't gotten a great close-up look yet, so. Oh, now they're up in the air. Oh, let me see if I can catch that. Hello. This one's hanging out in the tree. But yeah, just a quick little live just to share in that, because I knew there were some people out there that would be excited about it too. And I'm going to get back to what I'm supposed to be doing out here. I originally started cleaning the garden today, and I'm trying to get some of these wild bushes tamed again. I don't even know what these are, but trying to trim all of this stuff out of here and clean things up. It's time to clean all the different feeders, and this is gross. So yeah, the squirrels have a tendency to like to hang out on here, so every couple of days I have to come scrub them clean. But I did get distracted by the butterflies. I'm like my cats that way. I see the butterflies and I have to stop and look at them for a while. But I'm going to get back to cleaning up out here. And I will check in again soon, hopefully with more updates and maybe even some eggs and caterpillars coming soon. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. See you soon.